Missed out the one. Oh my gosh, look what's going on today. What's going on? Hold on. What's going on? This is the brother overload again. It's the,
Taking
it's
over.
the, it's the brother overload taking over. That's it. Oh my gosh. I was going to be listening to thinking, oh, these guys are crazy. The brother overload. You know what? I think creams should do a flavor called brother overload because you know
That'll be like
they've got a
triple
flavor
chocolate.
called s- something, yeah, something overload. I think it's caramel or something, but brother overload, yeah, beer,
Yeah.
chocolate all over the ice cream. They should do it. But yeah, so everyone, welcome to the show for just logging in. You are listening to and watching the Flixters. So I'm Deval, and this is
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. What he's going to say? Yeah. So
Emmanuel.
I say Emmanuel. You say Emmanuel.
Manuel.
You say how is it supposed to be said? Uh,
I don't
huh?
know.
How do you
I
like it
just
to
say,
be said?
well, everyone just says it differently.
However,
Yeah, some people even shorten it just down to
it's
E
a
because
French
it's
name,
just
isn't
too
it? It's a French name, yeah.
Manuel. Yeah,
E.
well,
That's
French or
really short.
Spanish, isn't it?
E.
It's like, yeah,
Is it?
depends which.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
depends
Oh,
where you're from, isn't it? Though, like if I say my name Emmanuel,
okay.
someone who's French
Mm,
will be like pronounce it the French way, and then someone who's Spanish will pronounce it the
okay.
Spanish way. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was Spanish as well, but okay, cool. All right. Because you know the old football like Emmanuel Petit,
Yeah,
Emmanuel Adebayor, you know he's a sort of French African footballer. But yeah,
yeah.
but
And
yeah,
then of
that's
course
we're not
not
here to talk about
Emanuela.
football. It's about movies. Emanuela, exactly. There you go. So let's talk about movies. So yeah, so if you're listening for the first time, this is the Flixters. Our usual co-host Amar is not feeling 100% today, so our otherwise usual co-host Emmanuel is here to host the show. So welcome, Emmanuel, and thank you for joining us today. And for you as well, if you're joining for the first time, this show is all about you. So let us know what you want to listen to. Let us know what movies you want us to review, what movies you want us to talk about, anything at all. Get involved. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Where else are we on? YouTube, all on social media. So just chat to us, and yeah, we'll have some fun. But first of all, we're going to have a quick shout out. Our first shout out goes to Ciel Noir 3. You know, we always talk about
Repeat
Ciel
offender.
Noir 3, and you're thinking, who exactly she is? And do you know why? Because you know what? You get people on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever, and a lot of people they might have a social media persona, and they talk a certain way, or if they've got lots of followers and stuff, maybe they don't really engage with you, and all kinds of stuff. But
Mm,
I've noticed, yeah, with Ciel Noir 3, from day one, from when she first started to sort of follow us and watch our clips, interact with us, she's amassed a massive following. She's got thousands, and she's just been the same, just the same positive energy.
yeah,
Loves to talk about
consistent.
movies and what she's watching. Exactly, and I can imagine when she's got her millions of followers, which I'm sure she will in the future, she will be the same person. So yeah, go check out her page. It's full of positivity, inspiring you to be the best you can be all the time. So she's a real positive one there and a real gem. So go check her out. So yeah, that's our shout out for today. If you want to get a shout out, just reach out to us on social media, and we will shout you out as well. Isn't that right, Emmanuel?
Yeah, definitely. Just get interacting.
There you go. So now we're going to go into movie news, and so the first bit of news we've got is I'm going to ask you a question, Emmanuel. What uh, streaming services do you have
Uh,
access to?
Amazon.
I should say, because you might not pay for them all, but what do you have access to?
Prime, Amazon Prime. I've got access to that.
Yep.
Got Netflix, got Disney. Yeah, those are the
Okay.
three.
So you got the three main ones. Yeah, I've got similar.
Three big
I've
boys.
got access to, yeah, Paramount Plus. I've got as well.
You got Paramount Plus?
What else have I got? I've got access to it. So when I say access to it,
Oh,
I'm not paying
okay.
for it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've got access to. Yeah, I've got access to it. I did have Apple for a bit, but I've not got that anymore. Apple
Okay.
Plus, which I'm missing.
What was that? Free
But yeah, so
trial?
they're the main ones I've got. But It was no, well, I had a free trial for 3 months, and then actually paid for a month by accident. So I had it for 4 months.
Okay.
I got used to it, and I miss it. I do miss it.
Yeah.
But that's not the news. The news is that for a long time, Netflix was the major player when it came to streaming, but now for the first time, Disney Plus just edges past Netflix with
I heard that.
220 million subscribers. So Disney Plus launched in 2019 in most regions. I think they had a staggered launch in different regions,
Mm,
but 2019, when they first came about, obviously Disney's been around for a long time. You've got the Marvel, Star Wars franchise, Fox
yeah.
as well. So they're doing really, really well if they've just gone past Netflix, who were the main players, and they had the lion's share of the market. So
Mm.
what do you think of that? Is that something you're surprised about, or
You know what? They were eventually going to come close. I mean, it had always been, in my eyes, Netflix versus Disney. I mean,
mm,
Kevin Feige was pretty aggressive in,
yeah,
in everything that he was doing, and they were just head to head. Netflix always had
mm,
the content, the massive content, and they're basically trying to cover and cater for everyone. And then Disney had their huge back catalog, which they went through a period of trying to revitalize it with like Aladdin and doing old titles and re-energizing them. Lion King,
yeah,
Aladdin, which both went well, and then
yeah,
the Marvel universe as well, as basically kept it
yeah.
kept that going. So yeah,
They have got a great catalog. Disney have done well. They've obviously bought everything to have that
yeah,
catalog. All the Predator movies are on there, Alien
yep,
movies, all those movies are on there, along with the Marvel. Lots of Disney Plus shows coming out.
yep,
So yeah, they have got a massive ones, but Netflix does look great. So I think the people were used to it, but now times are changing. So I guess the
yeah.
future will the future will show
Mm.
who's going to win. Amazon have got Lord of the Rings coming out soon. Is that going to change things? I don't know, but let's see what happens. But yeah, that's the news on that one. So moving on to the next. So Giancarlo Esposito. Do you know who that is?
Not the way you pronounced it. Sorry.
Yeah,
Who's that?
that's the way it's supposed. That's the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Giancarlo Esposito. Maybe it's Giancarlo. So he is Gus Fring, from Breaking Bad.
Oh yes, 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 yes,
Yeah,
yes. Of
and he's also the guy from Boys. The Boys. He was
the boys,
is it Stan? Stan in the
he's
Boys,
the
and
yeah,
he's
he's
also
the
in
CEO.
Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Yeah, the CEO, and he's also in
yeah.
Mandalorian as well. The guy with the dark saber kind of thing, gangster actor. But he has actually come out, and other people as well have come out. I've seen some fan art, but
Mm.
people have come out saying that he should play Professor Charles Xavier
I
in
saw that
in
news.
the
Yeah,
MCU. So,
yeah.
do you know what? The funny thing is,
But he
you
wants to
know,
play it
I can actually, yeah, I can, yeah. And I know there's a whole, the people are going to talk and say, he's meant to be a white man. And, in many respects, and I like Charles Xavier, how he looks, the
mm,
traditional bald white man in a wheelchair. I'm not going to lie, I like that look. But when you talk about the actual actor, if
mm.
anyone can pull off Charles Xavier, I reckon it could be him. It
Yeah,
could be him. But at the same time, I would like to see him. I think I'd prefer to see him in a bad guy role because I think he plays the
because he
bad
does
guy
it so
really well.
well. He just does it so well.
That's the thing. Yeah, I
Breaking
could see him
Bad.
being Xavier, but I would prefer. Yeah, exactly.
Breaking.
He does it too well. So I'd rather him be a bad guy,
Yeah,
but maybe being a good guy, something a bit different. I don't know, but I guess time will tell. But he'd have to shave his head, or maybe put on
yeah.
some
He's
kind of,
what
prosthetic.
swim cap.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, time will tell. Let's see what happens. As we know, the X-Men are going to come into the MCU, so bit by bit. So we've seen Charles
Plus, I
Xavier, the
think
original Patrick Stewart.
yeah, but I think Patrick Stewart
Yeah.
is
So
is
yeah,
running. He's getting old, and
yeah, yeah. No,
what is it
he's
in
been old. He's been old. Trust me.
but it was
Mm.
what was it oh, the movie that came out recently, was it the multiverse? Oh, I've forgotten the title of the movie, with Doctor
Oh yeah,
Strange.
Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
his guest appearance in that, just
Mm.
it was the age. It just looked very elderly being in that chair.
Yeah.
So
He went
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
Is it? Why did he point? Why did he put? I've never seen him point before.
I don't know. He just looked like that young whippersnapper.
Yeah, exactly. Whippersnapper. But let's see what happens with that. Let's see if Giancarlo Esposito turns out to be Professor X. So we'll let you know about
Yeah.
that one when we hear more about it. Next bit of news comes from the Arrowverse. So people that are thinking, what is the Arrowverse? The Arrowverse is the CW, the TV network. You get the shows like Arrow, The Flash,
Mm,
Legends of Tomorrow. You had Supergirl, all those sorts of shows is the Arrowverse, and the executive producer who spearheaded all those shows is a guy called Greg Berlanti. He also has other shows as well on the CW that I don't watch, but all these other sort of teen kind of friendly shows, So he's
yeah.
a heavyweight when it comes to those TV shows. But the word is that he is having talks at the moment with
Mm,
Warner Brothers Discovery, however you want to call them, about being their version of Kevin Feige for the DC universe. So that's showing
uh,
their intent. DC,
yeah.
since the new sort of big wigs have come into DC, there's been a lot of change, a lot of things happening, and it seems like they're
Hmm.
moving the chess pieces to be able to be in a position of strength. So what do you think of that?
Yeah. No, I think definitely like it's so far. I mean, it's always been MCU has been always on top of everything in
Mm,
terms of the movies, and DC, they've been good in the series, which a lot of those series got got axed with the introduction
yeah.
of the new head honcho, and then now like I think what he's done is I'm hoping for good things because it seems as though what they need to do is like what I've thought in the past is like they need to clear the slate and actually like try and do much better. Like the animation,
Mm,
so good, but when it comes to the movies, it's just dives,
mm,
and it's just been
yeah.
disappointing. Like I think we both said it previously. Like our expectations whenever it comes to the movies is set, set the bar is set low because to
Yeah.
avoid disappointment. So yeah, it needs to this could be like the change where like what we've seen with Disney now superseding Netflix is going that
Mm,
competition is going to basically be like likewise with Marvel and DC. So
mm,
it'll be
mm.
nice to actually see DC leveling themselves up to actually being somewhere close to on par or actually the close competition to MCU.
Yeah. It'll be good for everyone. It'll make Marvel raise their game as well. It makes everyone
Yeah,
raise their game,
yeah.
and for the consumers, us, it makes us more happy because we get a better product. So I
Mm.
think it's a win-win if they do it right. If they do it right, that is. So again, time will tell. And there's a bit of news on here. So I think this is some news that you've been able to add to the program. So what's this about? What's Wonder Man Disney Plus? What's that
Yeah,
about?
so
The
there's
series.
Wonder Man Disney Plus series that's coming to MCU. It's
Mm,
basically starting pending to start filming uh post MCU Thunderbolts, where the character Wonder Man is rumored to be to make an appearance in the MCU. I think movie Thunderbolts before then uh, starting filming to start with the director who we are familiar with, who directed Shang-Chi.
mm,
And
okay.
Destin,
Daniel Cretin.
is it Daniel? Yeah,
Dustin.
Dustin Daniel Cretton.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah. Is that how you pronounce the surname? Yeah, I think it's
Um, uh,
Cretton.
Maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
So, so he's basically he was the director for Shang-Chi, who we also hearing as well that he's pending to direct the sequel to Shang-Chi, but
Mm,
right now, he's also been tipped to also direct Wonder Man, who's basically this
mm,
old character of the Avengers, believe it or not, and
mm,
and he just he's just an OG character with mega powers, and yeah, Wonder Man, also known as Simon Williams, is a character that basically featured in the Avengers comic books, um, and is connected to Baron Zemo before he met his
mm,
timely death, and then
mm,
resurrected as they always do in the MCU. Like no character is officially dead until it's actually
mm,
officially dead,
mm.
right? So yeah, he basically
Yeah.
comes back, and he's basically just, yeah, he's just an OP character with ionic powers. Think of like
He's the one
Superman.
who, yeah, he's the one. I think I saw him in the 2013 cartoons, uh,
Mm,
Avengers, the world's mightiest superheroes, and he's like Simon Williams. I think he becomes pure energy, doesn't he? It's like he
yeah, he's
becomes energy.
yeah
Like he's really
basically
like
like
powerful, as in like
it,
yeah.
yeah, he's very powerful. He's a very powerful
Mm,
character who basically came under control of Baron Zemo uh, in his
yeah, 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 yeah.
experiments, and then was basically in order to basically for Baron Zemo to control him, he basically gave him the powers, but because he is so
Mm,
like Super Saiyan powers, the powers build up, the energy ionic powers build up within his body, and so he had a dependency to go back to
mm,
Baron Zemo to actually release this energy. Otherwise, he would basically die.
okay,
Um, but yeah,
okay,
yeah. So
okay.
it'll be
Interesting.
a
Well,
interesting series that's to come out. Filming should
mm,
start like
on all the pieces.
2023.
Okay. I was going to say all the pieces are in place because we've seen Baron Zemo and a few of the other characters that should be part of this team. I think are
Mm,
already kind of in place. So I think yeah, Marvel. It goes to show when Marvel have a captain at the ship, the direction is set, and they know where they're going. Whether you
yeah,
like it or not, we're going there, and this is what's going to happen. And it's
yeah,
better when they have that direction rather than with DC. They're a bit directionless. You don't know what's going on.
yeah.
So at least with Marvel, we know where they're headed. So that's good. Okay, so that's the end of the movie news. So yeah, hope you got some good nuggets there, guys. Next, we've got what's now on streaming. So this part of the show, we're going to talk about something that's just popped up on streaming that we recommend you watching. It's up to you. You can watch it. You don't have to watch it. It's up to you. But the thing we're going to talk about today is called. It's a recommendation. We can't force anyone. But I Am Groot. I Am Groot is on streaming. That's on Disney Plus, and this just popped up just a couple of days ago. And this is a mini series, real mini series of some mini animation type episodic stories of Groot.
I
Have you
mean, what
seen
did you
any
think
of
of
this
it?
yet?
I've watched all
Do you
of the
know?
ones that have been released so far. Yeah,
Oh, okay, I haven't.
they're
I'll be
very
honest, I
short.
haven't.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like what, 4 minutes, 4 minutes or so,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
how
yeah.
short are they?
I mean, I'll probably say that
Okay.
it's like 5 minutes, including the credits. So they are very
Oh,
short.
one of those ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
Yeah.
very short. They are like, do you
Yeah.
remember those Disney
Again.
those Pixar shorts that Disney did? They
Oh
used to do the
yes,
short.
yeah. Before the
Yeah,
movies. Before the
yeah,
movies, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So again, it's genius from Disney because it gives them more content and also from a
Mm,
different crowds, different demographics, younger people maybe, people that haven't got much time can just get 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. So again, it's they're kind of ushering people to this direction. So yeah, good. But yeah,
mm.
I'm gonna watch it. Uh, and it's just weird. I mean, does anyone talk in it, or is it just Groot that talks?
No,
Because
it's
all he
just
says is
it's
"I'm Groot," but
yeah.
is-
He says I am Groot, and it's silly shorts
yeah.
basically. Yeah, so
Okay,
it's
okay, okay.
it doesn't
And it's
take up
not too much.
any,
It's just a bit
yeah,
of
it doesn't take
casual
any
fun.
time.
Just fire,
Yeah,
This is while you're ironing your shirt, you could watch it, isn't it? And then by the time you finish ironing your shirt, an episode's finished, and
You'll probably finish
get
in
on with
like
your
3
business.
strokes. In your
Is it?
shirt, just
No. Where have I heard that before? But anyway, may- maybe 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 we should go to new on trailers. Yeah. So this part is talking about. So this is what's new on trailers, and this trailer I came across it really randomly. This is a film called I'm just gonna call it's called Triangle of Sadness. And
Uh-oh.
yeah, this is one of those weird. I don't even know if it's. I don't think it's A24, but it looks like it should be.
What is it, a horror?
And this one is a. Uh, is it a horror? It's not a horror. It's a. How do I describe it? It's just weird. It's a drama. It's a drama comedy. Maybe you could say it's a comedy. Yeah, drama comedy. It's coming out in
Mm,
October, and it stars Woody Harrelson, and a bunch of other actors. It's got quite a varied cast. European actors, very, very. It's like a Swedish director, and some Swedish actors in there as well. But otherwise,
so am
very,
I gonna need
very.
subtitles?
Uh, you know, no subtitles. That they all speak in English, but it's just very, very diverse audience. Not just all Americans or
Oh,
all
okay.
British. It's quite diverse. But
Yeah.
basically the story is about it's a cruise. So they're on like a really high class yacht for the super rich. And on the yacht, they have super rich people, and then they have the people that serve them. The people that serve them have been told you must always say yes to the super
Mhm.
rich. When you're serving them, you can't say no. It's always yes, yes, yes. And it just sort of shows how that doesn't always work. How the super rich, how they're always, so they have all the advantages in life. They get what they want because they're rich, and it
Mm,
shows that that isn't always the case, but it's in a funny kind of way. And it's also in a weird kind of way. The trailer is just one of those mad trailers where you just have to think, what is going on in this
yeah.
film? It's even hard to explain, but it's one of the films I'm looking forward to because I just know this is a hidden gem. This is a
Yeah.
hidden gem, and it's one of those films you'll never forget you've watched. So I'm looking forward to this one coming out in October.
The title is
Triangle of
intriguing.
Sadness. Yeah.
Doesn't give
If you
any
think on a
well,
ship, yeah, if you
I
got
can't
Bermuda
imagine it
Triangle,
giving anything
you think
else.
of ships.
Yeah.
What do you mean? As in
I don't
sadness
think
or?
yeah, like Triangle of Sadness, like from what you've just said and the title,
Hmm.
it's confusing what the storyline, is actually.
Yeah, it's one of those titles that just don't give you everything. You gotta watch it to find out. One of those
Okay.
ones. So yeah, put
As
this
long
on
as
the
it's
list
not the
for
human
sure.
centipede, then that's
Definitely.
fine.
Woo! I'd love me some Human Centipede. Part two is the sickest one. The one in black and white. Oh my gosh, that's a sick film. That's a sick film.
uh,
But yeah, but it's funny saying that. There is a bit in this Triangle of Sadness
mm.
where all I see is just a bunch of shit flying around because someone's sick and they're shitting. So yeah, there is some sickness in this film as well.
Okay, all right.
That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, okay, cool. So next bit of the show. This bit is the part where we're going to talk about Anniversary Corner. So Anniversary Corner, we talk about films that have hit a milestone, whether it's 10 years, 15, 20, 25, or 30. And this usually links into the main film we'll talk about later. And the film I'm going to talk about today is a film called Byzantium. Have you heard of
Byzantium.
Byzantium?
No, I don't remember it on the periodic table either.
Oh, I don't think it's an element. It sounds like an element,
Sounds like an
but I don't think it is. It sounds like it, isn't it? Like a heavy one linked to the heavy metals, or maybe a what's the like a radioactive type of one.
Yeah,
But no, this is a
like
film that stars
adamantium.
Saoirse. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Oh, see, smart guy. Uh, this is a film starring Saoirse Ronan, who we've seen in many films. We saw her in Hannah in 2011. We've seen her in. She's quite a versatile actress. French Dispatch, Little Women, Mary Queen of Scots, all kinds of films.
Mm.
Also stars Gemma Atherton, who we saw in A Quantum of Solace, among other films. Sam Riley, Caleb Landry Jones, who we saw in The Last Exorcist or The
Mhm.
Last Exorcism. A bunch of films. So mainly a British cast here, directed by Neil Jordan. Do you remember Neil Jordan? He done Greta.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's a
Okay.
writer of Greta, actually. Uh, yeah, he's done. He done. He done. He done. Didn't Neil Jordan do? Oh, am I getting mixed up with someone else? I think I'm getting mixed up with someone else. But yeah, Neil Jordan is a good actor. I'm telling you, a good director, good filmmaker. But this film is about vampires. This film, Byzantium, is one of those films that I think we covered it on Hidden Gems a while ago.
Mm.
And this film is about two ladies who have a very close relationship. They come across as sisters.
Mm.
They're living in a seaside town, and they're very, very. They stick to themselves. They live in this kind of abandoned hotel or something like that, and
Okay.
they really come out at night time, and they're just living their lives and just doing their thing. And they're very weird. I don't know. It's just a
Well, that
weird film,
tends to be
but
the behavior, right? That you'd imagine with someone who's
yeah.
like shady or is a proper recluse, you know? Like it tends to be with, oh, who's that neighbor at the end of the road or down, you know, who are they? Oh, I
And then
don't
they knock
know.
then they knock their door and they say, "Oh, hi, Manuel, it's you." But but this one, yeah. So it's like you sort of takes you a while to find out they're vampires,
Right.
and so they suck you in to like them as people, and they make you think that there's
Oh,
something
pun
else going
intended,
on.
yeah?
But so I didn't even realize I did a pun in there. I didn't even realize. See, that's how smart. I didn't even realize. Yeah, that's how smart we are here. You know? But yeah, it takes a while. Then when you realize that they're
Yeah,
vampires and you realize what they're doing, and then you
right.
realize how long they've been vampires, and then you also realize what the relationship is between them. And it's a good film,
So what's the
Byzantium.
give
It's a
what
patient film
what's the kind of giveaway apart from them being that whole sort of recluse and
because you realize that it's being narrated, and that the person narrating it is someone that is narrating their story from a long period of time, and
like
then
Interview with
one of the
Vampire kind of?
girls. Yeah, kind of like that, kind of like that. So one of the girls has been alive for like 200 years, and
Wow.
she's done all, she's seen it and done it. And yeah, she's just, so it's just you sort of just realize that even though she looks young, she's been around for a long
Yeah.
time. And you see also the process in which they make people vampires. It's not a straightforward
Mm.
process,
Okay.
according to what we normally see in other films. It's very different. It's almost
Right.
like a
Right.
ceremony they have to do. But yeah, it's an
Okay.
interesting film. It's one to watch. It doesn't, it does sort of subvert your expectation a bit and doesn't give you
Mm.
everything that you think is normal in other vampire films. So, and it's a bit more intimate as well.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's a good film. Go watch Byzantium if you can. So yeah, 10 years that was 2012.
Wow.
Okay, so that brings us to our main film. So this is on Netflix. This just came out a couple of days ago, and this is called Day Shift. And have you seen Day Shift?
No, I've done plenty of them in my lifetime though, but I prefer the prefer
What do you prefer, night shift?
yeah, I prefer night shift.
Is it? Ah, you
Yeah.
prefer the night shift. I prefer day shift. Me, man. Oh, I prefer me some day shift. But yeah, so this one, Day Shift is an action comedy, fantasy, I guess, starring Jamie Foxx. You got Dave Franco. You got Snoop Dogg. You've also got Natasha Lou Bordizzo. Megan Good is in this. Carlos Souza, who was in How to Get Away with Murder, she's in it as well.
Mm.
You got Scott Adkins, who's a gangster veteran, sort of action guy. This is directed by J.J. Perry, who in his earlier years was a stuntman. He done
Okay.
stunts for John Wick, Fast and Furious, all the action films you can think of. He was involved in stunts, and now he's taken on this director's role in a very heavily action film. So you can see where you can see where the inspiration came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, Day Shift. Well, I'll just sort of set the scene a little bit. Day Shift is about Jamie Foxx, who is a family man. He was with Megan Good. Don't know why he left her, but he left her. They're not together. They've got a kid together. They've got they've got a kid together, and they're trying to co-parent. But Jamie Foxx's job is not a normal job. He's actually a vampire hunter. So we live in a world where vampires exist. Not many people know about them, but they do exist. And you have vampire hunters that go out and hunt them, kill them, and
Mm,
take their fangs and stuff to
yeah.
sell.
What's
So it's
what?
actually
Okay.
it's not really that fair. I think vampires are getting a bad deal here because you don't
So
really
wait,
see
is
the
it kind of like
vampires
True
harming
Blood?
anyone.
Is
They
this
just
like is this kind of like True Blood? Do you remember True Blood, where
yeah, yeah,
the blood that used to be like a drug, wasn't it? I think in True Blood, like you could, yeah.
yeah.
So okay, so the vampires'
Yeah, but no,
teeth are
this
a
this one they're
commodity and
actually
stuff.
hunting them. He'll break
Mm,
into their homes. They're just chilling, playing computer games or whatever. He'll gun them down, kill them, chop off their heads, take out their teeth, and he's gonna go and sell it to make money. I think the
okay,
vampires they need some rights here because they're not hurting anyone that I've seen. Like you don't see the
right,
vampires hurting people. You just see Jamie
yeah.
Foxx busting into their house, killing them. I mean, come on. It's different if the vampires were going out killing people or we
But
heard
wait,
of that. But as far as
how
I
is he
know, I didn't
doing
hear
it?
that.
Because busting into the house,
He's
he's not like equal to them. Like the traditional vampires, like Interview with the Vampire
mm,
and like True Bloods and whatnot. They've got abilities where if you blink, you miss their movements, right? So they move
yeah,
really
they're not as
quickly.
fast as that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as fast. I mean, they do have a bit more agility. Not sorry, not a
Mm.
bit more. They've got a lot of agility. I think they've got a lot more strength than regular humans because they do fling
Yeah.
them around. But he's got all the weapons. He's got the silver bullets or whatever. He's just got lots of weapons and he uses it to to get the advantage. Otherwise,
Right.
if it was just a hand-to-hand fight, they would win.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so he's going around doing this like being a vampire hunter, like Blade, basically, and it's comedy as well. So some of the fight scenes are like the first fight scene, he kills a granny vampire, and it's a funny fight actually. She's doing all sorts to try and escape him and fight him. She has many chances to bite him. She doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just a funny, crazy fight, and a lot of the fights, end up that way. There's a big fight scene where him, Scott Adkins, and another guy, and Dave Franco. There's four of them against a house full of these vampires, and none of them get bit, but
Yeah.
all the vampires are getting like when they get shot with a shotgun. It's one of those ones where they will fly across the room. Like the shotgun just makes them fly across the room, and like they can. It's just mad. It's just over the top. It's
that
properly
that
over the top.
That
Uh,
that granny get vampire just I don't know why, but Tokyo Ghoul, I think it was there's a scene in Tokyo Ghoul where one of the ghouls is a granny and she basically
mm,
is walking around with in a Zimmer frame, but as soon as the hunter identifies her, she just she just goes nuts and throws
mm,
the Zimmer frame away.
yeah, yeah. And she can do backflips and all sorts. Yeah, she just somehow is superhuman. Yeah, it's just like that. It's just like that. Exactly. So yeah, so I mean, the film itself isn't deep. It's a fun
Mm,
film where you're just
mm,
supposed to have fun and just throw away expectation. They're vampire hunters and whatever. But the story is that Jamie Foxx's daughter and his ex they get kidnapped by a boss vampire who is the
mm.
lady that used to be in How to Get Away with Murder, Carla Sousa, and she's a bit more stronger than the rest,
Right.
and she works for some sort of organization, organized crime organization or something like that.
Yeah.
And he has to go and rescue his daughter and his ex, and that. gives it bit more impetus, and a bit more of a goal for him. Dave Franco is almost like his sidekick, his comic relief. Dave Franco plays a part of some sort of agency that makes sure Jamie Foxx is doing his job properly. They're
Keeps
like an
in line.
auditing agency. It's weird, yeah, it's mad, mad.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg's in it. He's just some cool character. Obviously, he smokes his blunts or whatever. He's got a machine gun that's like, the guy from Predator who's got the
Yeah.
machine gun that goes round, and yeah, he's got
Yeah.
one of the machine guns and he's just shooting. He's Snoop Dogg, basically. He's Snoop Dogg in this film. So it's a fun film. It's just under a couple of hours.
Right.
By the time you finish watching it, you'll want to move on to something else. It's not one of those films you're going to remember forever, but it's
Mm.
not shit. That's the thing. It knows what it
Okay.
is and it sticks to it. It
Yeah.
doesn't try to get too deep. Everything you expect to happen happens. There's nothing really, nothing really crazy. That makes you
So
think,
I'm
oh wow, they've
expecting
done
his
this.
his I'm
It's just,
expecting his ex-wife will find out that what his actual job is, and
oh yeah,
probably
yeah,
in
because
that
they get
in this.
kidnapped by the vampires.
Right.
That's where she
Right.
finds
Right.
out what he does, which is why
Yeah.
he's always late to pick up the daughter, why he's sometimes never around. She finds out that there's vampires in the world. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's mad. But yeah, it's a fun film, and you get to see why the director JJ, is it JJ Perry, his name? Yeah,
Yeah.
why him being a stunt person for all his life, you
Mm.
see all the stunts and all the action happen within this film. So he's
Mm.
literally, this is his playground.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really it. Really, I mean, if you can think of a tone, it's kind of like uh, it's not. I guess you could say it's obviously like Blade because he's a vampire hunter, but you can also
Yeah.
think of it as like
Van
what
Helsing.
action comedies are there out there? Van Helsing,
Not
in a
so.
way, yes, but I guess because it's modern, not so much now.
Yeah.
John Wick, but not so. A bit more comedy. It's just more comedy. It's just
Right.
there's
Okay.
no like you don't really
Hard to
think, oh,
place it
anyone's
then.
really gonna die.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
no one really like nothing really happens of consequence to anyone. It's not meant to. It's a comedy. So yeah, that's really it. I mean, that's really my take on it. It's fun. Watch it on Netflix. You'll have a fun time, and then you'll move on. Simple as that.
Sounds like
You know.
worth a watch. I
But
mean, I'd wanna find
yeah,
out like how he's managed to keep it a secret from his ex-wife for so long, because
yeah,
up until the point where, yeah, like you mentioned,
yeah,
his wife and his daughter getting kidnapped. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
And vampires are not known. I don't know how they cannot be known. There's so
yeah.
many of them. Like just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But it is what it is. But yeah, it seems like Jamie Foxx is doing these movies now on Netflix. He done the other one. What was it called? The other one where he was uh, the action film, Project
What, the
Power.
Super
That's it. He was in
Project
Project
Power?
Power.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like he's got a contract with Netflix, and they've given him a few films to do, kinda. You know what I mean? So
I mean,
yeah, he's
it,
making his money.
yeah. There's a lot of actors that are you know uh getting
Mm,
decent money on on the small screen,
yeah,
because
yeah,
lockdown just basically changed the world, right? So
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. But yeah, that's it
uh,
really. That's the review. So yeah, so I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10, average, but fun at the same time. But yeah, I definitely recommend watching it on Netflix. If you're stuck at home and nothing to do,
yeah.
give it a watch. But yeah, that's it. So that's it. We've really
Thanks for
come
that.
to the end of today's show. That's all right, no probs. Nice whistle stop tour show today. Next week, we're gonna try and get Zakroff on the show. So this is Zakroff, who has been
Zakharov,
our
the
supporter for yeah a couple of years, and we tried to get him on for for over a year, and we just never been able to do it. And we said, okay, when it comes to Nope, we're going to try and get him on to do a review with us. So we'll try get him on the show next week to do Nope, which I recommend going out to watch. I'm going to try and watch it again before next week's show. But yeah, that's one we're going to talk about next week.
yeah.
So yeah, that's
I
it really.
definitely
So
gonna
yeah,
watch
thanks
that as
all.
well.
Yeah, gonna watch it. Definitely make sure you watch it.
Yeah,
Let us know
definitely
what you
gonna
think.
watch Nope. Yeah, and Zakharov, man, Needs to tell. Like, I think is he waiting for
Huh?
more do re mi? Is he like?
He's holding out. He's holding out contract talks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holding out for more money to come on the show. He's trying to shake us. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's all good. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, reach out to us. We'd like to talk. Let us know what you want us to watch, to review and to talk about, and we'll make sure we'll do it. But yeah,
Yep.
until next time,
Peace out.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just pop in the Flixters podcast.